I once heard a quote from the Chinese philosopher Confucius. He said, "Roads were made for journeys, not destinations." With rain only a few hours away, NF-7B and KG-7 FDC head up the hill to reinstall newly repaired equipment. Once the storm arrived, it could be many weeks before the road was passable again by truck or jeep. Conditions of the repeater site road can vary. Parts of the road are smooth, flat, and wide. Other parts can bring your vehicle to a slow crawl. And there are many obstacles along the way, like this one. A rock outcropping, as tall as a couple of railroad ties. When getting over something like this, the trick is in picking the right line. This wasn't the right line.
I don't think that's going to be the right line.
Yep.
It might just be better to go right up the center.
Yeah.
Yep.
Despite the challenges the road throws down along the way, at least there are plenty of great views. Oh, and this hill here, we'll come back to that one later.
Come on, baby. Hang on. Hang on, Randy. We're going to go for it. We just don't want to blow a tire.
At 45 minutes till sunset, with less than a mile to go, the road decides to get mean.
There we go. All right. I have to keep, hang on, I gotta get right. I gotta get the speed up to get up this. Oh, the next thing's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, all right, here we go.
The wet weather over the past couple of weeks has added to the challenge. The rocks are now slick and the soil is saturated.
All right. We don't want to get in that rut right there. I'm sure to stay out of that rut. Oh man, this is muddy.
The mud is thick.
Come on, baby.
The trick to getting through mud like this is to keep moving. To paraphrase Newton's law, a body in motion remains in motion, unless acted upon by a force. I'm not sure if two Jeeps coming down a hill qualifies as a force, but regardless, our truck is now a body at rest.
It's an unfortunate road to be passing on.
Yeah, exactly.
We had to back down the hill in search of firmer ground.
Maybe we're walking the rest of the way.
As the rain comes down even more.
An area where the tires had a better chance of gaining traction.
Kind of screwed our momentum.
Yeah.
Finally, like a steam locomotive, we started to move uphill again.
There we go. We're gonna make it. Come on, baby. Come on. Once we get up here, we can flatten out. We can. Yeah. There's our site right there.
Once we arrived at the repeater site, it was time to get to work. We went inside as the rain fell and the sun went down. Inside the repeater building, we found new, unexpected surprises. With the recent rain, the old structure had developed a new leak in the ceiling. The bad news? The leak was directly above the repeater server rack. Water had collected on the outside of the repeater. The good news is, it appears the water never made it inside the repeater. We mopped up the water and connected the linking equipment. Then before we left, we moved the server rack away from the leak and covered the top with an emergency poncho, just in case. With the work completed, it was time to head home. At this point, we were feeling pretty good. Going downhill seemed like a cakewalk. I mean, we were going downhill, right? It was easy. Except, I forgot about that one hill, the one from earlier. The one we now had to climb in order to get home. The slow, steady rain had done its work, and the top of the slope was now slick as icing on a wedding cake.
Okay, now we gotta get serious.
Are we still in 4?
Yeah. We are at 4. Now I can back up.
we're walking home.
Okay.
That side might get us some traction if we can't get them back.
All four wheels were now spinning wildly, with nothing to grab onto.
All right. Okay. This is it. Come on, we're almost there. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Come on, come on, come on. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna dig into this right here. Move into that foliage. We're gonna make it. There we go.
House balls.
All right. We almost got trapped by the monster.
After 4 attempts, happy relief set upon us. Randy didn't have to explain to his family how his crazy friend from the ham radio club stranded him in the middle of nowhere. And fortunately, I didn't end up the unwilling star in a YouTube episode of Matt's off-road recovery. This reminds me of another quote, this one from comedian Jerry Seinfeld. He said, "Sometimes the road less traveled is less traveled for a reason."
Wait, are we supposed to turn back there, or was this it?